Well, obviously we're in the middle of one of the biggest stories of our lives from a news perspective, and we're seeing audiences come to us on every single screen, whether it's television or a phone. So our responsibility is to every day make sure that we are providing an accurate picture of what is going on. What we're seeing from a digital perspective is that things are, I would say, less fragmented and more of a giant fire hose. So audiences are coming to us, not just on the desktop homepage, which is such a powerful force for us. Our mobile numbers are going through the roof, and frankly, OTT has begun to really take hold. We are seeing right now dwell times and session times on CNNgo, on connected TVs, around an hour and a half at a time. So people who don't necessarily access CNN in a traditional way, as you might think of it, are watching more than an hour and a half of us in one sitting. So that, for us, is proof that the brand resonates as much as it ever has. It's also an indicator of where a lot of consumption and behavior is headed. Honestly, I don't think it's fair to paint it with one brush. Every advertiser is different, and within categories you have a lot of different concerns and sensitivities. There is absolutely a higher sensitivity right now to salaciousness, to some of the vitriol that has entered the conversation politically, especially within the United States. And advertisers just want to be sensitive to that. They want us to be sensitive to it. So what they're looking for are the safeguards that we put in place. They're looking for the investments that we're putting in place to make sure that their ad does not appear against something that goes against their values. So we are not flustered by this at all. In fact, this news environment it's why we exist. This is we believe it is our mission and our role to stand up in this environment, and the advertisers are following us. But we've also been very smart, and we understand what they're concerned about, and so we put, whether it's technical things or thematic things or editorial pieces in place to make sure that they do have a safe environment to get their message across. We launched Great Big Story at the end of 2015, so we're approaching our third anniversary. In that time, we're doing around, I think this year we'll probably do somewhere north of 50 brand partnerships. We monetize Great Big Story primarily through sponsorship and advertising. We don't run pre-rolls. This is not a video start farm. We have deep relationships with brands. We do storytelling on their behalf or with them, what you might think of as branded content. But we put it through a storytelling lens. The entire brand, the entire company is founded on the premise that there are great big stories in the world, that we inspire our audiences to find them, and we bring brands along for the ride. So this is a different style and approach to supporting the business than we have, say, in our traditional digital business within CNN. But for us, it's really important because, number one, it starts a conversation with new advertisers that we may not be getting through our doors with CNN proper. It also starts a conversation with new audiences. The average age for Great Big Story in terms of a user is around 27 or 28 years old, which is quite a bit younger than your traditional CNN viewer. So for us, it's hitting all the right notes, and the business is growing exponentially, and at this point we're just trying to keep up. Great Big Story is an independent media company. It's owned by CNN. There are some advantages to being owned by CNN. Number one, the infrastructure to do what we need to do, the ability to get anywhere in the world whenever we need to tell a story. But for the most part, as far as the consumer is concerned, as far as brands are concerned, Great Big Story is its own independent distribution piece, separate and apart from CNN. So you can find it across more than 20 different platforms, everywhere you would think, including its own site and apps.